Everybody, thank you for joining. My name is Andi. I am from the Tempe site, and we just have a quick 15-minute stretch break to get you up out of your chair, get you moving a little bit. So when you're ready, find a little bit of floor space. You really just need kind of your arms width. We're not going to be moving around too crazy. We won't be getting on the floor. Make sure that you agree to the liability waiver and that you stay muted, and we will get started. So the first thing we're going to do, standing up nice and tall, we're going to bring our shoulders up towards our ears, back behind us, and then drop them back down like we're trying to tuck our shoulder blades into our back pockets. This is always our starting neutral position. So that's your good posture. Tuck that chin back a little bit, and we'll move from here. So we're just going to take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, reach up towards the ceiling as far as you can. If your arms don't like to move that way, that's okay. It might be today, it might be more than today. Work with what you have. You can grasp your elbows if that works for you. If that doesn't work for you either, you can put your arms behind you, still keeping those shoulders down. And you can add a little lean to the back, a little back bend. You can also do that from up here. So lots of options for everybody. Find what works for you. I like to start out by reaching just straight up though, so that way my shoulders get mobile. We're going to go through these first 4 stretches twice to get us nice and warmed up. So I always like to start with these because they're a really great starting point. And from there, we're going to go ahead and bring the arms down, nice deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to just bend forward halfway. So keeping your back nice and flat, you can balance a glass of water on it. And from here, if you try to keeping your legs as straight as you can, but don't lock them out, you should feel this a lot in your low back, a little bit in the back of your legs. And you're just trying to bring your chest towards your knees without losing that straight back. Again, you can adjust how much bend is in your knees. And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and just let it all collapse forward, letting the crown of your head point towards the floor. These arms can be reaching for your calves, your ankles, your shoelaces, your toes, the floor. You can grasp your elbows again to kind of weigh you down and pull you a little bit more. You don't need to force it here. This is our first round through. We're going to go through it again, so don't feel like you need to force yourself to touch the floor. And just nice, easy breathing. Stretching is always meant to feel good. Now, before we pull ourselves up, I want you to think about your glutes. So you're going to squeeze your glutes and pull yourself up 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow, getting the mobility in that spine. We get back to the top, our shoulders might be up, so we're just going to push them back behind us, tuck those shoulder blades back down into our back pockets again, and we're back in our starting neutral position. So let's go through these one more time, see if we can go a little bit further maybe. So nice deep breath in. Exhaling as we reach towards the ceiling. This might feel a lot easier for you now. So now would be a good time if you want to add that little bit of a back bend. If you're doing the back bend, you can let your head just fall back. But find the position that's most comfortable for you and just stay there and breathe. We try to hold each stretch about 20 seconds. If you're ever interested in the physiology of why, feel free to reach out to any of your teams and we'll explain. From this backwards bending, we're going to take it to the front now. So again, just going halfway down. Our hands are on our thighs, either above or below our knees, depending on how far we're able to reach, but not on our knees. So above or below. And again, pressing that chest without losing that straight back. You should still be able to balance a glass of water on your back, but pressing your chest. Maybe you can press your chest a little bit more while still maintaining that nice flat back. I'm checking cameras and making sure I'm still in frame, but for you, I want you looking at just in front of your toes. So that way the top of our head is a straight line all the way to our tailbone. Nice neutral spine. Nice deep breath in, and then as we exhale, we're gonna go ahead and just let it all collapse forward. Maybe now you can reach a little bit further. Maybe before you could reach your shoelaces, maybe now you can reach your toes. Or if you were reaching your toes, maybe you can get your hands on the floor. If you're up here more, you can grasp the back of your legs and you can pull yourself in a little bit more. And again, letting the crown of your head just point straight to the floor, letting it all just collapse and hang forward. You can also grasp your elbows to weigh you down. And again, nice, easy breathing. Before we come up, just like before, thinking about our glutes. Take a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, squeezing those glutes, pulling ourselves up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, coming back up, all the way back up, getting those shoulders tucked back in. So we're going to do a little bit of a neck stretch while we're here. So I'm actually going to have to turn and face away from the camera. And what I want you to do is I want you to reach one arm behind your back. Doesn't matter which side, we're going to do both. So let's say you put your right arm behind your back. I want you to bring your left ear to your left shoulder. And you should be feeling this stretch all along the back of your neck here. And if you want to take it a little bit further, you can use your left arm to actually pull your right arm even further. But with our neck, we want to be careful. So find that place that works. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to slowly release that arm and slowly bring our head back up. We don't want to get a head rush. We don't want to pull anything on our neck. And we're going to just go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. So now I'm taking my left arm, bringing it back behind me, bringing my right ear to my right shoulder. And then we use my right arm to pull that left arm just a little bit more, give myself a little bit deeper of a stretch right here. Yeah, nice, easy breathing. This is an easy one you can do while you're sitting. You just need to move yourself forward enough out of your chair. Nice deep breath in, exhale, slowly release that arm, let that neck come back. And from there, we're going to keep our arms behind us. If reaching behind you like this is enough of a stretch right here in the front of your chest, great. Just reach behind you. If you want to take it a little bit more, you can put your arm up against the wall and twist away. That's an option as well. And the final option is clasping your hands together behind you and bringing your arms up as far as you're comfortable while maintaining that neutral position. So when we bend forward, that's a pretty common thing to see. You may be forcing your shoulder to go beyond a comfortable range of motion. So it's standing up nice and tall and then moving your arms, you may realize your arms don't go as far. And that's okay. But as long as you're feeling that stretch here in the front. If you are doing one arm at a time, go ahead and switch. Again, you would just put your hand against the wall and twist away. And if you wanted to make that deeper, you'd get yourself even closer to your wall. And that's going to put a little bit more tension on that stretch. When you're ready, you're nice and even. We're going to go right into a tricep stretch. So this one's just a pat on the back. So we're bringing our elbow up by our ear, above our ear. Hand is on our back. If that's enough for you, leave it there. If you want to take a little bit further, go ahead, add the arm to pull that elbow back behind your head a little bit more. Our goal today is just to get out of the forward facing positions that we spend so much time in while we're at our desk. So if you think about when you're at your computer, driving, eating, on your phone, reading, all these positions put us in here, or all those activities put us in this position. So everything we're doing today, we're just trying to go the other direction. When you're ready, go ahead and switch arms. And we're going to go through these one more time. I'm going to add a couple of side stretches in really quick. You can release when you're ready. With the side stretch, I want you to think about putting your hand on the seam of your pants. So that way that you go straight down to the side and you don't accidentally lean forward or lean backward. So following that seam, we're just going straight down to the side. You can put your hands on your hip. If you're feeling a little bit warmer now, you want to take a little bit further, you can bring that arm overhead. And again, our hand is either above our knee or below our knee. It's not on the knee. If you find yourself holding your breath, just back off a little bit. Bring that arm down. We want to make sure our breathing is maintained so that our body is getting that blood and oxygen that it needs. So before we stand up all the way, I want you to think about this glute, these obliques, squeezing them together and pulling yourself up that way, so that way we don't feel anything in our low back. And we're going to go ahead straight to the other side, do the same thing. So again, following the seam of our pants and going as far as you're comfortable. You can let your head drop if that's comfortable for you. You're going as far as you're comfortable with that hand supporting below the knee or above the knee, whichever feels best for you. And when you're ready, nice deep breath in. Squeeze those obliques, those glutes, pull yourself up. Let's run through those really quickly again. So we're going to start with our neck. Bring that arm behind us. Bringing that left ear to the left shoulder. And we can pull the right arm with our left hand a little bit more. Hopefully it feels a little bit better this time, a little less tight. Deep breath in. We're going to exhale, slowly release the arm, bring the neck up. If you need to do a little neck roll in between, that's fine. Let's get the other side. Bringing my left arm behind me. Right arm's going to pull. And my right ear is going to my right shoulder. Deep breath in. Exhale, slowly let go. We're going to go right into our pec stretch. Again, you can do this one arm at a time. I find this one most comfortable for my body, so you work with the body that you brought today. Again, we're only holding about 20 seconds for each. So if you're doing one arm at a time, you want to make sure you're doing 20 seconds on each side. And from there, we're going to go right into our tricep stretch. Little pat on your back, and you pull that elbow back as far as you're comfortable. We got a couple more. We might run about a minute over. So if you do need to go, I understand, but make sure that you're evening yourself out and stretching both sides. Go ahead and switch sides. If you're noticing that one side seems to be moving better than the other, that's totally normal. We all have our dominant sides that we use more often than the other one. So you may reach for your cups, reaching for things if you're right-handed. So you might notice that your right arm is a little bit more mobile. That's totally normal. We'll just work on the left side a little bit more. Give it a little extra attention. Our last one, let's just stretch those sides out one more time. So again, following the hand down the seam of the pants. Maybe you can go a little bit further this time. Nice, easy breathing. And again, we're working on those glutes and those obliques to pull us back up. So let's take a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, squeeze these two sides together, make them touch, and that's how we're going to pull ourselves up. One more time to the other side. And before we get out of here for today, I do want to let you know, if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, you can email your local team. You should be receiving at least weekly emails from them. You can reply to one of those. If you want more stretch breaks, if you want longer stretch breaks, shorter stretch breaks, whatever feedback you have, please let us know. Again, squeeze those glutes, those obliques, pull yourself up, get those shoulders down and back, get back into that neutral starting position. And that's your 15-minute stretch break for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate you. Again, my name is Andi. I'm from the Tempe site, and we will be back here tomorrow at 12:30. Thank you.